All right, Shalom. All praise, glory, and honor goes to Yahweh Hashem Shai. And as always, double honor to the apostles and elders, and peace and blessings to the elect. This is GMS Atlanta with a sit down. We're going to do an open forum. Brothers, we're talking in the spirit, just discussing different topics. And the scriptures, really more so the size of the times and just really, I would say, pinpoint prophecy and just our brothers see things flowing in the spirit. Dealing with America, dealing with the different. Well, I say this first: the elections, the different protests that's been taking place. Or I should say, so-called anti-Trump protests and things of that nature. Just drive home the point that everything that has been going on in the news and the media and what our people have been hearing about is recorded in the scriptures already. It's not something that what's happening, what's going on. These things are already said to happen beforehand. So I'm gonna start with one scripture. Give me Jeremiah 51 and 8. Let's get it first. All right, because America, if you're, I guess you could say, if you're a so-called sane person that has any insight or any type of vision of what's, going on, you can see that America is becoming more and more really of a joke. You know what I'm saying? It's not really the pious, once renowned, or I should say it's renowned, but I should say pious and much sought after country or nation, to come to. You know what I'm saying? It's not that, doesn't have that same righteous glory that it showing to everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's not really. Yeah.
If I could say something too, even when you look at like ancient movies, that's why it's good to go into history. The lifestyle that people used to be in, compared to now, is totally different.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you talk to your grandparents, they'll speak down upon this generation. The way people dealt their social how they socialize, how they deal in back and forth exchanges is totally different, man. Showing you that this country is gone, man. It's going morally, it's going financially. Brothers always bring out the history of how this financial dollar is definitely crumbling. It's decaying from top to bottom, man. And that's just all going to this last kingdom, which is in the book of Daniel. The last toes, how they're basically shredding their way, and the kingdom of heaven is being established, which is starting out with the prophets of the Lord through the Spirit of Yahweh Hashem.
Come on. Right.
That scripture?
Yeah.
Jeremiah?
Yeah, 51 and 8.
Jeremiah 51 and 8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed.
Right. It says Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. And this is the fate of America. Because all of a sudden, within 1 hour, Russia, America's allies, NATO, UK, North Korea, Cuba, Iran, China, all these nations in the midst of World War III and the midst of World War III are going to destroy America physically. But spiritually, this place is, totally destroyed. Give me Isaiah the 19th chapter, hold that. Give me Isaiah 19 and start from the top.
Start from the top, okay.
Yeah. And just read through. I'll tell you what. I'll say something when you want
I
to
need to
stop.
This is
If I could say something too, another way you can know a condition of a country truly is to know, to look at the women, man. The status of the women and the men also shows and represents the country, man. If you look at even these different women in Saudi Arabia, even if you go to a foreign country, like a Middle Eastern country, those women are still sustaining order. They still keep their moral codes intact. This country, man, it's utter chaos. If you really talk to somebody, a foreigner that's been living in America for a couple of years, they speak horribly about America. They probably come here just to get a couple of dollars, but at the end of the day, they see that the women are trash. They see that the food is fucking cancer.
Mm-hmm. Even the moral, moral dignity and things of that nature here in America is garbage. You know what I mean? Basically, America is a place just a free fall, man. It's a freak fest.
Well, it's really just a big amusement park. It's like Whitewater, Six Flags, or Great Adventures.
This is not a country, man.
No, it's not.
This is not a. This is not a.
Right.
This is not a.
Right. It's a corporation. It's a
We
business.
always working, man.
It's a business.
Yeah.
You got the people at the
It's a
corporation that work at the top, who's the president of this cabinet, and then you got the workers. That's it.
We just slaves.
You got certain workers that make more than the other workers. You got, it's just like
Even people, even these Edomites, man, they work, man. That's all these crackers do, man. When they wake up, when I'm talking about these top governing officials, they wake up, go to Capitol Hill every day, pass certain legislations. They're not just kicking it. They even have to work. They just on a higher. America is a corporate. When you go to certain other countries, man, these top people, they ain't really working like that. They
not
they make
manual labor.
yeah, not manual labor. They're not really working, man. They really not doing as much work as over here in America. America is set up basically as just a place of bondage, man. That's why it's called Egypt. This is literally a place. Esau even got Esau in bondage, man. You got certain Edomites out here in captivity, man, by their own damn self.
House divided against itself. That's what it is.
That's more.
I got Isaiah chapter 19, verse 1. Isaiah chapter 19, verse 1. The burden of Egypt. Behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud and shall come into Egypt.
Right. Which this Egypt coincides with that same Babylon that we just read about in Jeremiah. It all represents America. All right. Go ahead, Doc.
And the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence. And the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it.
Meaning the pride, meaning the mind state of the people, the social status, what's going on, the lifestyle of the people is going to be changed. Because when Yahweh Shai returns in the chariots of UFOs, he's going to change the whole entire status quo of the planet Earth. He's going to change the status. He's going to change everything. America is for one thing, is going to be changed in the near future. Days, weeks, okay? Maybe a few months, Lord willing. But when Yahweh Shai comes back, it's going to be a whole new planet, or I should say global status quo.
God, and if I could say something just to add to the brother point, you had a time where back in the day where America was consistent. Like America is going to be America tomorrow. Then a week later it's going to be the same America. We living in a day and age where this place is constantly changing every day, man. Okay? America, this place is changing every day, man. Okay? One day you got, upriots and riots in downtown. Then the next day you got a mass shooting. Then they passing some other law. This place is constantly changing every day.
And that's why even though Obama actually pushed for change, man. See, people took that message that he brought and thought that things were going to get better. And through the presidential election and different things like that, they pushed it for this place to get worse, man. That's really the times that we're living in America. It's for this whole country that we live in is the fall. Mm-hmm. And that's why we're just not reading about Egypt, because this is the new Egypt. Really, the first major captivity recorded in the scriptures was Egypt. And the last major captivity is the new Egypt, which is America, man, where the Israelites are serving in bondage under the new Pharaoh,
Say out of the north, that scripture.
Jeremiah 16:14.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
We'll get this.
yeah, you get that.
Well,
You ain't gotta pull it out, but you go ahead with what you had, but you go hold it as a precept.
yeah, I'm supposed to read those scriptures first.
Verse 2.
Yeah, come on.
I come. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians.
Which is America. So it should be the Americans versus the Americans because we're dealing with the new Egypt, which is spiritual Egypt, which is America. All right, go ahead.
And they should fight everyone against his brother.
And you see that now. These anti-Trump protests, these Black Lives Matter protests, these Occupy Wall Street protests. Remember those? So these different things that's taking place is people against. I'm dealing with America, with New Egypt now. This is America. You know, you see these different things taking place. You know what I'm saying? These hands up, don't shoot. These Trayvon Martin rallies and Eric Garner rallies. These music videos, these rappers push all these benefit concerts. All that is a part of these. You got certain Americans against certain Americans, and now you see it now with this recent election. It was Hillary Clinton versus Donald Trump, and you see the divide that the media is pushing out there, which is going to trickle down to the rest of the people outside of the other protesters. That's going to bring a new, different spirit in America. Go ahead.
And everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom.
Right. So, hey, this thing like this could lead to a whole America versus NATO, America versus kingdom against kingdom. But it says city versus city. You got one side of America now. Certain brothers see certain stuff on social media. You'll see a map of the United States, and then it'll have like Canada. It'll have Canada, and it'll have like the west coast of America attached to it. The north part of the northeast of America, and then from from DC on down is the United States. That's city against city.
But yeah, you got a situation now that's erupted amidst of the Donald Trump decision, where you got a thing called the Calexit.
Right,
if I'm pronouncing it right.
California
is trying to basically break away and be its own independent country.
Yeah, a lot of states got that.
Shake the camera.
A lot of states got that too. You got Georgians and
right. You have a separate. It's a separation within the country, man, with the contiguous states.
That's right.
You have a separation, man. So that's what that's talking about, man. Each state has their own flag, their own bird, but it's supposed to be one country under God.
Right, called the Union.
Right, but each state has their own laws. So you may have a state in, let's say here in Georgia, per se, where Georgia has a particular set of laws. When you go to Maryland, they might not abide by the same laws in Georgia. Right. And you'll do something in Maryland, you'll get away with it. But if you was to do that same thing in Georgia, you'll get it's an actual criminal, which goes to show you that which goes to show that
America is really divided.
It's divided.
It's not really a union. America's not really a union.
You see that
go ahead.
It's not really the United States.
Like no, it's not state to state. Just like New York, the state of New York, you can't carry firearms, but down here you can carry firearms.
Right.
You get them
Right. So you got open carry.
That law not gonna carry if you go.
But they had that in North and South during several centuries ago. They had North against the South.
Well, exactly.
Yeah, money.
Right, cool.
And that's how really a society crumbles when internal contention.
Mm-hmm.
Just like even how we felt as a people during the time of Solomon and King David, we was basically structured as a nation. But Rehoboam and Jeroboam, that's when our nations split.
Mm-hmm.
And years after, we totally went off. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The Northern Kingdom and the Southern Kingdom no longer was and unification, and we started being driven into captivity.
That's right.
God, that's how a country breaks down. It breaks down from infighting. You know what I mean? And usually it starts with the civilians. Okay? It's like a domino effect.
Mm-hmm.
Once the civilians, you know what I'm saying, the common citizens feel like there's no hope in the country in which they had trust in, they form what? A rebellion.
Come.
Right? And due to them forming a rebellion, what ends up happening? The opposing party changes up certain things that makes up the country.
Well,
so that's why the so-called white man got what? The New World Order. The New World Order is set in place because they knew that it would be a rebellion, man.
Yeah.
The so-called white man,
They
planned it.
They got something called pressure from above and pressure from below
Below.
too. Sometimes it's pressure from above, but then sometimes it's pressure from below, which really what that also goes back to is problem, reaction, solution. The problem for America, I'll say this. I'm just going to give it a quick briefing. The problem of America really was like September 11, 2001. They created their problem. But the result is the reaction, which is right now, which is the pressure from below. Which guess what that's going to bring forth? Pressure from above.
Yeah, I got something for you. This is the book of Luke, chapter 11, verse 17. But he, knowing their thoughts, said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation.
Oh, yeah. Every kingdom, every nation or kingdom divided against itself, all right, is condemned. It's basically, that's it. You know, you said like a condemned
It happened
building.
in Rome, Greece.
It happened in every nation. Mainly Rome. Rome was probably the biggest.
Well, it started with Greece because you had the Ptolemaic Empire, the Ptolemies going against the Seleucid Empire.
Right. But Rome is the most written about. Internal collapse because it's the last so-called pagan empire. You know, go ahead.
It says, and a house divided against a house, and a house divided against a house falleth. If Satan also be divided against himself, how shall his kingdom stand? Because ye say that I cast out devils through Beelzebub.
And that's really this kingdom too, man. Because the policies and different things that one state upholds, another one downplays.
That's why this place is known as Babylon, because it's confusion.
It's confusing.
Man, you get in the kingdom of heaven.
How you unify with somebody that don't want to unify with you?
Right.
The South and the North.
Exactly. And
then
then
the Civil War, they didn't really want to unify. It was federal.
And you get in the kingdom of heaven, you're not gonna go to one part of the earth, and then there's gonna be a legislation that omits homosexuals being put to death. It's gonna be even across the board. You're not gonna go and say, well, we don't kill faggots over here. It's okay.
Just put them in jail.
Right. No, that leaves room for insubordination, which leads to what? Rebellion.
Yep.
Okay. And that's what's going on here in America. America did the way this place was set up. It was set up to fall, man. Yahweh Shema Shah purposely set it up like this so this place will fall, man. There's no unison here. You got Esau really against Esau. Okay? So who's gonna destroy America? Edomites gonna destroy America, man. Not, of course Jacob is gonna get it in, but who's gonna have that last say so that cleansing is gonna come from the very nation who's doing all this.
Right, the physical part. But hold on. You done with that?
That was it.
Okay, we'll go back to Isaiah 19. Let's finish these scriptures out.
All right, come. Isaiah chapter 19, verse 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst of them.
Right, and this is the point. The spirit of America is going to fail. You see it now. That whole "we shall make America great again" and all that shit, that's getting ready to fail. That's what they're trying to revive. But something's going to take place in this country that's going to have everybody's heart melt, as the scripture says. Keep going.
And I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek the idols.
Well, it says, and I will destroy the council. Who's the council of America? The government. So you don't have them strong presidents that you can rely on. You got people like Obama and damn Trump, George Baby Bush.
Right.
Yeah.
And Esau hated Bush.
Yeah.
And then Obama got in there and really hated Obama. And now that Trump is here, because America's really about Esau. Remember, it's his kingdom.
Yeah.
So now Trump is back in it, so Esau thinks that there's some kind of hope. And guess what? The Most High is going to pull the rug from under white America again, even though, Jake is crying. But there's hope for Jake because you got us out here teaching.
That's right.
All right? Now read that again.
Come. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof.
It's going to fail because Yahweh Shai has a plan that we're reading about in the scriptures. Go ahead.
And I will destroy the counsel thereof. And they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers and to them that have familiar spirits.
Meaning they're going to seek to, they're at least going to go to the devil worship, and that means that America's going to try to revive that old American, the old red-blooded American spirit. Go ahead.
And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord.
And Yahweh Shai is going to do his work, man. That's because it says his strange work.
And I'm gonna hit you with something too. If you pay attention to these riots and these things that's breaking out in these different cities, those are agent provocateurs, man. They hired certain people to incite violence within those riots because it's coming out, which we already knew this, but that George Soros, okay, which is a damn cracker, a Jew rat, okay.
The top funders.
Yes, he part of the Illuminati, man. Now this guy is funding all the movements, the anti-American, anti-oppressive movements. George Soros he's behind it. He's putting the money behind it, man. Why would he do that?
He's behind Black Lives Matter.
Right.
And he's behind this anti-Trump.
He's behind the Occupy movement.
Yeah.
What's the name of this new Trump movement? It's called No something, man. It's No something. Someone, look it up, man. This new movement or move is I will not move. We gonna find it, man. But who's behind it? George Soros, which is telling you that they're setting this thing up purposely, man. Well, they are creating this rebellion, man. When you see this stuff on Facebook or these different social media websites where you see a large amount of people speaking about the election and the racial tension here in America, that spirit is being pushed by who? The elites. Because you don't really see a lot of so-called Negroes talking about the Dakota Access Pipeline situation. Mm-hmm. You may see a few, but it's not flooding. It's not flooding the airwaves. But when it comes to this election, and the tension, the racial tension, that's all that Jake is focusing on. Why? Because the elite is steering the minds to think a certain type.
Because guess what? Really, the elite is focused because they know nations. They're focusing on Judah.
And this
gun,
which is prophecy anyway. You know what I'm saying? Did you find what you're looking for?
Yeah, that's it.
And if I can say something too, this is really just the most anticipated time for everybody. You got these different people that like Dabu 77 and
Jason A.
Jason A. Alex Jones, so on and so forth. Gerald Salente. These different people are they all know that America's gonna fall, man.
Right, these so-called truthers.
Yeah, these truthers, these truth seekers, the ones that's investing into antibiotics and all this stuff just for the survival of this society collapsing. Everybody knows that this place is going down, man. Mm-hmm. Everybody that has a brain that's operating properly, And Esau knows. That's why you have all these different shows. You have all kind of different things that Esau's putting out to support the fact that this country is gonna face major plagues, man. Major plagues and different things that's gonna take this place out simultaneously. You got something?
Well, I want to say, and add to the brother point, man. If you brothers out there got Netflix. Watch that show Containment, man. That show Containment should be on Netflix.